Now, if you look at those that I've highlighted in asterisks, food science and technology, pharmaceutical science, data science and economics, environmental studies, and philosophy, politics, and economics. All these are direct admission courses. You will find these on the application form, and you can just indicate and rank them accordingly based on the 8 choices that you have on the application form. All the others actually are a common admission program. Similar idea as that common admission program for engineering. This time around, the common admission program is humanities and sciences. I saw on the sign up that some students are interested in mathematics, which I'm very pleased on. So like, for example, a student want to actually study mathematics. Then you apply for the humanities and sciences program and you indicate mathematics as the preferred major. But then mathematics nowadays is much more elaborate. There are actually 3 or 4 different majors that is related to mathematics. Data science and analytics, mathematics, quantitative finance, statistics. All of them has something to do with mathematical sciences. You can't decide. It's okay. Under the common admission program of humanities and sciences, you have up to 5 semesters to decide. And like I said, just like what we have for the engineering common admission program, no further selection. You can change your major within first 5 semesters. We are very flexible. And likewise, if you're interested in the Asian study and humanities or social sciences like psychology, you can do that as well. So all these are definitely possible. And this actually gives you the kind of distribution. So the common curriculum for humanities and sciences is 13 courses. Major requirements, 15 courses. There's a balance of 12 courses. Then you can actually go very deep, common curriculum, that 13 courses, and you use up everything that you have for unrestricted electives related to your major discipline. Then you become a deep specialist. You want to do a major and a second major. Like for example, your major is in psychology. You want to do a second major in life sciences. Psychology and life sciences is a very popular combination. You can do that. Use 10 of the 12 unrestricted elective space to do life sciences. And then you still have the balance of 2 courses for unrestricted electives. And this enables you to integrate different disciplines together. And some students really want that flexibility of using the unrestricted electives to do a variety of things. You know, take a few courses in various aspects of the humanities, no problem. Or social sciences, no problem. And you become a versatilist. And our School of Computing actually offers 4 different degree programs plus 1 computer engineering that is jointly with the College of Design and Engineering. And what are these 5 course combinations? Now, again, there's a common curriculum, this time 10 courses, unrestricted elective space, there is a space. The first 4 offered by the School of Computing, there's a total of 20 courses. Computer engineering, 15 courses. Let me walk you through what are the differences. Now, for computer science, which is one of the most popular major offered by the School of Computing, this is about solving real-world problems with software and algorithms. And nowadays, we do know that data is very important. And that's why we have another different major called business analytics. And this is to solve business problems with data models and computing tools. Information system is something else, is about solving business problem with infocom technologies. And last but not least, we have a niche program called information security, because nowadays data security, system security is also extremely important. They solve system, application, and network security problems. And last but not least, what is that joint program, computer engineering, that we offer together with the College of Design and Engineering? That is about solving real-world problems with both hardware and software. You bring together computing and engineering together. Our NUS Business School actually offers a similar idea. There's a common curriculum, there's a major requirements, there's unrestricted elective space. So for the major requirements, and you can actually study business administration and or various kinds of areas in business administrations, finance, marketing, applied business analytics, business economics, innovation, and entrepreneurship. You can also study accountancy under the business administration course, and you can also study real estate. Again, there is a space for unrestricted electives that allows you to deepen or broaden your study through second major, minor, or double degree programs. Now, if you feel that the enhancement is not enough, there are other ways to enhance it. Every student will have a major. And we want to actually have further enhancement, and that is the notion of NUS College. So in all those colleges I've mentioned, there are actually a lot of majors, and many of these majors are compatible with NUS College. NUS College essentially add on to what you're going to study within the major. There's an innovative curriculum that incorporate global pathway and on-campus stay as well. So let me explain this NUS College curriculum structure. Now, NUS College, they have their own curriculum structure of foundational and common courses on top of what you have within your major requirements in your faculty. There's a total of 15 of these courses there. And this ranges from, critical competencies, making connections, global orientation, and impact experience. So basically, what you have here is that you have major requirements, it will still be there, and the NUS College unique curriculum will replace some or if not most of your common curriculum in the faculty. So that's why you see that there's this part that actually can be used to replace what you have in the common curriculum or of the respective faculties. And for those that cannot be replaced, you will take up some of your unrestricted elective space. There will still be space for you to do other things. So let me give you an example. For example, there is a physics major. So the person has to take the major requirement for physics, and that is about 38% of what he's going to study. There is an NUS College curriculum that is always fixed to 35%. Then there is a balance of the major requirement of the physics major, the common curricular requirement of the physics major. Now that one actually is a lot more, but because the NUS College curriculum can replace quite a lot of the common curriculum for physics major, so there's only need to do 5%. Philosophy minor, 12%. And then you still have space for another 10% of unrestricted electives. Depending on what the student really want to do, so there is all these various combinations. And in short, we want you to take ownership of your learning. We do understand that the transition from high school to university, especially for international students to come from overseas to Singapore to study in NUS, it can be challenging, especially in the first year. So we want to actually provide you with the necessary support. And that brings us to the grade-free first year. We know that it takes time to get used to the university life. And we also want you to try interesting courses without worrying about the grades. In the first year courses, if you like the grades, you can keep it and it can be counted towards your GPA that will use to determine the class of honors that you graduate with. On the other hand, as long as you pass the course, which is just a D, at least a D, then if you don't like the grade, you don't have to keep the grade, but you can actually keep the units so that can be counted towards your graduation requirement. And that is the premise of grade-free first year. On the other hand, we actually provide opportunity for you to do research. Some students must say that in order to do research, I need to go to graduate school. But it's possible that in NUS, you can pursue undergraduate research. Go to a prof, say, I would like to work with you, and then you can work with the prof, and this can be counted as one of the courses that you're going to take that counted towards your graduation requirement under our undergraduate research program. You can pursue this in year 2, or year 3, and in the 4th year, you still have the final year project. So there are ample opportunity for you to do research. It's a matter of choosing what you desire. Talking about choice, you can even design your own course. Sometimes, although we have a wide suite of courses that we offer, but some of these that you really, really want, we don't have it. No worries. Get a few friends together, approach a prof, and you can make up and design your own course. And that is the kind of flexibility we are providing. We really hope that our students will take advantage of our global learning opportunities. Take the chance to learn out of your comfort zone, to develop personal life skill as you immerse in a brand new culture and expand the scope of your learning and to apply it to the real world. So this is a snapshot of our study abroad programs, how you can make the world your classroom. You can actually go for our flagship student exchange program, spend 1 semester or 1 year in one of our 300 partner universities. And before you go for your student exchange program, you will have an academic advisor that will actually go through with you all the courses that you're going to take, and so that the partner university, so that they can be mapped back to count towards your NUS graduation requirements. In terms of tuition fees, because you are going there under the student exchange program, you only need to pay NUS tuition fees, which is actually much more affordable than many of the overseas universities. And if you find that 1 semester is too long, you can also have a taste about how you can make the world your classroom. Take a course in one of the partner university during the summer and winter programs. Spend 4 to 6 weeks at the partner university. Just have a taste about how is it like to study there. And I want to highlight another innovation that is uniquely NUS, that is NUS Overseas Colleges. This is a unique program that NUS is very proud of, that we started more than 20 years ago. In that 20 years, we have actually run this program, and that is for students who aspire to be entrepreneur. You want to found your own companies one day. And in that 20 years, more than 3,800 students who have gone through the program, and through the process, more than 1,000 companies has been founded. Essentially, under the NUS Overseas Colleges, you spend 1 semester or 1 year at a startup as an intern, and at the same time, you attend some classes at one of our renowned partner university, and you gain first-hand experience, the life of an entrepreneur. Where can you do your NUS Overseas Colleges? You have more than 15 places around the world. So these are the 15 places and counting. You can go to North America, Silicon Valley, to do your NUS Overseas Colleges. You can go to New York, Toronto, in North America. It's possible to spend time in Europe and the Middle East, Paris, Munich, Norway, Stockholm, and Israel. China, we have NOC, NUS Overseas College, in Beijing, Chongqing, Guangzhou, Shanghai, and Shenzhen. And you can also do it in Southeast Asia, like in Indonesia or Vietnam. But it doesn't mean that you really have to go overseas to have an exciting campus life. Our campus by itself is actually wonderful. And there are lots and lots of activities waiting for you in NUS student life, like freshman orientation camp, red and flag, student life fair. Essentially, you can definitely find somebody that will challenge you, cheer you on, make your NUS student life unforgettable, ranging from the sports, the humanities, the community service, music, arts and culture, and interest group. And we take the future employment of our students very seriously. We have a Center for Future Ready Graduates. We engage our students, not just in their final year. That's too late. We engage them as early as their first year, second year, and we train them about how to prepare them for employment. We conduct workshop for them. We have a career counselor that advise them about how you can position their CVs and things like that. And we, like I said earlier on, we've incorporated professional internship. into our degree programs as well, so that you actually get to apply your theoretical knowledge to gain real-world experiences. Our students, most of them will do at least one, if not two, and some has even done 3 internships throughout their undergraduate education. And as a result, our graduates are ranked in terms of global employability, number 8 most employable worldwide, based on these different key drivers like academic excellence, internationality, digital performance, focusing work experience, graduate skills, and specialization. So after I've said all this, what should we do? Take the first step to get in, apply. So now let me explain to you the application process. First thing, there are 8 choices on the application form. You will rank your choices from first choice to the 8th choice. And each of these, we want to make sure that you have the necessary background to pursue that degree of program. So you need to know what is the subject prerequisite. Go to the website, look at the subject prerequisite. Like for example, if you want to study engineering, mathematics is a subject prerequisite. Make sure that you have year 12 or higher pass in mathematics. And we accept all kinds of qualifications. You know, it's not that we only look at standardized tests. We actually accept all kinds of qualifications. I know that many of you are presenting IB, but we accept more than IB. If you go to, again, our website, you go and look for the international qualifications, American high school, European baccalaureate, French baccalaureate, Taiwan high school qualifications, all of them we do accept. And you look at each of them in details about what are the things we look out for. Now, let me take some time to explain to you how is our admission policy centered on. Our admission policy is actually based on a holistic approach that includes academic merit, meeting subject prerequisite, and also take into account interest and aptitude. We look at your academic merit. Based on your academic merit, for example, for IB students, we will look at your IB diploma results. If the results is strong enough that we can already make you an offer, we will make you an offer based on your academic results. But we do know that academic results may not show all your potential. Some of you will have other potential to succeed, just that maybe your academic results that may not be showing as strong as you are. So for these students, we will look at academic results, and at the same time, we will look at other attributes like your interests, your aptitudes, and your other achievement. That's why on the application form, you will get to list up to 3 achievements and complete some short response question to tell us more about accomplishment beyond grades. That is the basic principle of our admission policy. For IB students, we want to recognize students' passion. So for students who put down the course as its first choice, we will actually grant the student 1 IB point as a bonus point, so that you have a head start because we recognize your passion. Now, first choice bonus point will be applicable only for programs without additional interviews or tests. And those are the programs that are listed on the screen that actually has additional interviews and tests, and the first choice bonus point is not applicable. Other qualifications, Taiwan Senior High School. Again, same principle, holistic approach, with academic merit, admitting subject prerequisite, and looking at your interest and aptitude. Now, what we will look at would be your general scholastic ability test, your GSAT. At least 4 subjects, including English and mathematics. And for students presenting GSAT, to be competitive, you should be at least 90 percentile among the GSAT students. Now, because the GSAT, the Taiwan Senior High School curriculum, is not conducted in English, so you need to provide a standardized English score. Now, it could be any of the 4 that I've indicated or others. Like else, that we can find from the website. Else, you will have the minimum score of at least 6.5, with overall is 6.5 in reading and writing. You can also present TOEFL TOEFL, paper-based, minimum score is 580. Internet-based is 92 or 93, or you can also use the other two. If you are French baccalaureate, then we will look at your French baccalaureate exam results as in terms of academic merit, and to be competitive, we'll be expecting a score of at least 15 for all subjects. Again, because French baccalaureate is not conducted in English, so you will complement it with standardized English test scores. Or some students may be presenting European baccalaureate. Then in that case, we will look at the European baccalaureate exam result, and to be competitive, you should attain at least 80% for each subject taken at the diploma exam. And if English language is not one of the subjects, then you need to provide with standardized English language score. How about students who presents American high school diploma or other international qualifications? Because there are so many qualifications that even on our website that we have listed that we may not have it, we will still consider you. And what you can do is that you need to have a complete high school qualification. It could be American high school, it could be other international qualifications. Then you supplement by standardized tests. It could be SAT or ACT. For ACT, you can have ACT with writing, minimum score of 33 to be competitive, and then there's a minimum writing score of 8, or you can go for SAT1, that means the standardized SAT test, with a total score within one sitting of 1,450, and individually 600 for evidence-based reading and writing, and 650 for mathematics score. Apart from SAT and ACT, you also need to provide with 3 SAT subject tests or 3 AP tests. Now, I do understand that unless you already have some SAT subject tests, because College Board is no longer offering SAT subject tests, so you can actually provide 3 AP tests. For the 3 AP tests, AP Calculus BC is actually compulsory plus 2 other tests. And to be competitive, it should be mainly 4 or 5 for the test. So in short, this is essentially having an international qualification or American high school diploma. You supplement by standardized tests, either ACT with writing or SAT, plus 3 AP tests. Some students may also be considered if they have a total of 5 AP tests. That means you can replace an ACT with writing or SAT by 2 additional AP tests, and you present a total of 5 AP tests. And let me just say a few words about the achievements and the 5 short response questions. So on the application form, you'll be asked to list up to 3 achievements or to answer the 5 short response question. What kind of achievements? Now, achievements, it could be that, it's not exhaustive, that you won some medal in International Olympiad in biology, chemistry, informatics, maths or physics. You represent your country or your region in arts or sports competition. You have key leadership position in community service. You have entrepreneur efforts, or it could even be that you have created a software or app and you have contributed to open source software that is used by the masses. Now, what kind of short response question? We are not looking for elaborate essay. We are looking for something that you can showcase your aptitude, your passion, and your interest. So if you look at the 5 questions which we have shared on our website, each of them is 550 characters. It's about for 3 to 5 sentences. Depending on the length of the sentences, there's one that's 1,100 characters. And it's very targeted. Like, for example, the first question tells you wants you to tell us about what you have done to prepare yourself for your chosen degree program, whether you are doing some part-time job, internship, or online course that's related to your first choice degree programs. Second one is about your resilience, about how you pick yourself up after you have failed the first time. The third one is asking you to be reflective and to tell us about what is meaningful to you. The fourth one is for you to highlight your most outstanding achievement. And last, the 5th question is any additional information you wish to provide. Do we offer scholarship to international students? And our scholarship for international students are merit-based and is awarded to individuals with academic excellence, outstanding leadership, and core curricular activities. If you happen to be looking at a STEM discipline and you're from Asia, you may be considered for the Science and Technology undergraduate scholarship. If you apply to NUS College, then it's possible that you can be considered for the NUS College International Scholarship for any course of study. All these students, you need not submit an additional application form at this stage. We will look at what you have submitted in your admission application. If we find that you can be shortlisted, we'll contact you and you fill out an additional scholarship form. Now, there is another aspect that actually a lot of our international students are supported by what we call the MOE, stands for Ministry of Education of Singapore, tuition grant. What is the MOE tuition grant? This is a substantial tuition fee subsidies from the Singapore government administered by the university. For international students, this is offered competitively based on the merit of the application. The international students who take up the MOE tuition grant, this is like a partial scholarship. The student will need to work in Singapore or Singapore registered companies for 3 years after graduation. We do not specify which company you work in. It's up to you. As long as it's in Singapore or Singapore registered company, that is good enough. And that is a 3-year work commitment. Now, what is the advantage of taking the MOE tuition grant? Let me just give you some perspective. Now, this NUS tuition fees, full fees for international, full fees, and in particular for international students, like let's say you are interested in computing. The full tuition fees per year is $38,800. If you are international student and you take up the MOE tuition grant, then the fees per year is no longer $38,800, but $17,000. So you can see that the fees has been reduced very substantially. And for international students who find that even after the tuition fee subsidies, that's not enough, no worries. Our admission policy is merit-based and needs-blind. Financial difficulty will not impact the way that we assess an applicant. We have additional financial aid scheme available. After they've taken up the MOE tuition grant, if it's not enough, we still have NUS bursary to support students. If you are staying on campus, we have residential college bursary, and you can take up loans as well. Tuition fee loans administered by the local banks in Singapore or study loans that is administered by the university. The annual cost of living in Singapore is 6,000 Singapore dollars. Accommodation for on-campus accommodation for 8 months during the term time is 4,600 Singapore dollars a year. So these are the key timeline. Take note. The IB students presenting IB diploma, the application portal will start on the 1st of November. You can apply anytime during that period, and the application portal will close on the 21st of February next year. And between end March to May, there are certain courses, programs that you apply. If there's an additional selection test, interviews, you'll be contacted accordingly. And then the results will be released from April to July. For those of you who are taking the May IB exam, we do understand that your result will only be available in July. So after the results are released, send it to us or ask IBO to release it to us, and then we will quickly process your applications, and it's still possible for you to come on campus on time when our semester begins in the second week of August. And if you are shortlisted for scholarship, you will actually be, there will be an interview between April to July. How about all the other qualifications that I've mentioned, all the other international qualifications? Application portal will still open on the 1st of November, but it will close on the 3rd of March. The similar timeline applies for the rest. And if you have further information, if you need further information, visit our website, and you can also send us an email under us@nus.edu/ask-admissions. We'll be very happy to answer your questions. But before we answer your questions, I think some of you will be wondering about how is it like to live and study in NUS. And my colleague Eunice will share about that portion. Thank you. I'll talk to you in a moment.
All right. Thank you so much, Prof. Goh, for that very comprehensive sharing. And hello, everyone, again. Nice to meet you. I think I've met some of you during the fairs in September. So now I'm going to share a quick glimpse of what it's like to live, learn, and thrive at NUS and in Singapore. All right. So if you could just spare me a little bit of your time before we proceed to the Q&A segment. Okay, let me just do a quick share. Okay, let me get this done. Just give me a moment. All right. So I'm sure some of you have already been to Singapore before. Maybe some of you have even visited our campus. If you like, living in a tropical sunny island, and Singapore is the place for you. We are a very hot climate country, but if you like frolicking in the sun and the beaches, then definitely is the place for you. We are very cosmopolitan. For those of you who have visited us before, you'll be glad to know also that a lot of our areas are full of air-conditioned places, so not to worry if you're afraid of the heat. Okay, we definitely have that covered. And we are also very multiracial, multicultural. You can see different races. Majority of our population is Chinese, so not to worry, you'll fit right in because you guys look exactly like us and you speak the same language. We're here that for those of you who have visited Singapore before, you will hear Singlish, Mandarin, and even Hokkien, Cantonese. So you definitely fit right in. Don't worry about it. And a lot of students, international students who come and study at Singapore, they make full use of the strategic location that we are at. We're very near to neighboring countries like Malaysia, Thailand, Asia, even Australia. So during the time when they're studying at NUS and in Singapore, if they are feeling bored, they will just take a bus ride or a car ride across the causeway, or even take a train across the causeway to go to Malaysia. Or if you're just feeling, I just want to get out of the heat and go to somewhere nearby where it's much more cooling. During the end of the year, you can go to like Vietnam or Thailand, up north, they're a little bit more cooling. Or if you just want to take a trip back to visit your family during the summer vacation period, we are just like a few hours ride away from home. Okay, or if you want to visit Australia or Europe, you can still do that. Okay, we are a very, very strategically located place. Now, getting around Singapore definitely won't be any problem at all. We have a mass rapid transport called MRT. It is very, very much like the Taiwan Jieyun or the Hong Kong MTR or the Korean Jihaoshoi, the subway. Okay, so and the map you can see here is very much like your map, just much less complex because we are a really small country. It's just about 49 kilometers from east to west. Only thing that we do not have is bullet trains because we are really small. If you take a bullet train, you just reach Malaysia. So we don't really need that now. We only need the subway. Yeah. And we are very, very linked, very, very connected around all the different lines. If you can survive in your home country, you have no problem surviving in Singapore because it's much less complex. If you don't want to take the train or subway, you're in a rush, then you can take like taxis or ride-hailing services. We don't have Uber like most of your countries have, but we have something similar like Grab, Gojek, and they are quite affordable. So if one of the days, and you're not living on campus, you're traveling from place to place, and you find it, oh my God, I'm late, then you can just, download the app and just hail for any ride-hailing services or any taxis. They're just a tap away. Okay, and if you want to learn to live like the locals, you can also take public buses. We have all this. We have something like your Suba or your bus. It's all quite the same as your country, so definitely no problem getting around. And a lot of you who are females, I think during the fair, some of your parents, some of you are asked like, what is like the safety like in Singapore? What is the laws, the system like? As you know, we are one of the safest countries in the world. Definitely no issues there. We have females like myself when I was younger. With my colleagues, most of us we do like night runs. Like after the sun goes down, like 7 p.m., 8 p.m., we go for runs around the parks. Definitely no problem at all. Some of us even run out to like 10, 11 o'clock. It's safe. But of course, low crime doesn't mean no crime. Just exercise a little bit of caution, consent. If it's a dingy place, then definitely don't go there. If you just feel like, it's a dark alley, then just don't go too near. But we have a very efficient and reliable police force and legal system. And we have also very proactive citizens. You may have heard of some incidents where, if there's an accident on the road, you can see locals stopping a car at the side and coming to help people. So that's how safe and that's how proactive our citizens are. Okay, so definitely, you're definitely going to be safe. I'll cover a little bit more about safety on campus. Okay, and sometimes away from home, when you get sick, what to do, right? So this is one of the main key problems for students. They worry about what they fall sick and they're alone in a foreign country. So we understand that. Don't worry. We also have a clinic on campus, which I'll cover more later. Just an overview of Singapore's healthcare system. We are one of the world's most efficient and first-class healthcare system in the world. Okay, we're modeled after some leading countries. Okay, and to ensure quality healthcare for all, not just basic, but affordable healthcare for everyone. Okay, we have 28 acute community hospitals, and these are called public hospitals. We have one very, very close to campus called the National University Hospital, NUH. Okay, we have our medical students as well as very eminent doctors working and studying there. So, touch wood, try. If you ever need to visit a hospital for even maybe just a check, then NUH is just right next to the campus, located on campus itself, so you can go there for a check. But if you want to go private, then we have more than 2,400 practitioners. They're called GPs. So if you don't want to be in the local system or in the public system, you can go to a private healthcare center. Okay, it's very efficient. It's almost located a stone throw away from campus. You can go there. And we have also 20 public polyclinics. The queue is a little bit long, but it's definitely more affordable. So it's up to choose. And here at Singapore, the healthcare system is very cost effective, very seamless. It's as seamless as all you need to do is all in one place. You don't even need to go to anywhere else to get your medications. All there. Okay, so you just visit, consultation, then get your medical pills, your M.Sc, and then just go back to the rest. All in one place. You don't need to go to an extra pharmacy. Okay, just a snapshot of what our campus looks like. Now, all these photos that I'm going to show you all in the coming few minutes, they are all real. These are not stock photos. These are real. All right. So this is like the night scene of UTown, University Town. You will see this is a very famous place. So when you come to our campus, this is what you see at night. You can see on the there's students of this greenery patch area called Town Green. They're actually playing, I think, what looks like soccer. In the daytime, when there's the sun, you can actually see people playing frisbee. This is after school hours, of course, after they finish their studies. They just want to chill and relax. So Town Green is not only for, students, staff, or even public to come walk around. We also have really, really big events like Rag and Flag, orientation camps happening on this ground. So we take very good care of the greenery here, of the grass area here, because we have all this very vibrant collegiate experiences. Orientation camps it's just a timing it's just a place that you should attend if you come on our campus. No regrets, definitely. And when you attend your lessons, UTown is a place for, we have student residences, we have, auditoriums, classrooms, eateries. And when you take your lessons in your various colleges and faculties, they're usually located on Cambridge campus. Okay, this area here. Okay, it's very near UTown, and you just need to take a shuttle bus across the highway. All right, and then you attend your lessons here, and then after that you can shuttle bus back to UTown, meet your friends, have a meal, and do some discussions. Have a lot of side areas here. And if you are interested to study law, we have a Bukit Timah campus, which is here. It's a very quaint, very collegiate area, and it's also a shuttle bus away. For those of you who are interested to consider postgrad or very interesting called Back Engine track, you can go to Duke NUS. It's also part of NUS. It's not too far away. It's in Outram. Okay, so all these spaces look really big, but it's actually connected by a shuttle bus, namely the UTown, Cambridge, and campus. You don't even need to pay for transport. You don't even need to take a train. It's all free shuttle bus right away. Okay, for Bukit Timah campus, it's a little bit further. The shuttle bus is called BTC, Bukit Timah campus shuttle bus, and it's about 20 to 30 minutes away. So we even have students, they really, really want to enjoy the collegiate experience, right? So they take lessons on Bukit Timah campus, and then they will take a shuttle bus back to UTown or Cambridge area where they stay on halls, which is a campus accommodation back on the town. But they really, really want to enjoy the exciting, vibrant campus life. And if you must be thinking like, okay, if I'm staying here alone and get off my amenities, I'm not very sure how to get out of campus my first week. That's perfectly fine. You really don't need to step a foot out of campus. Everything is located here. We really give a lot of thought. So we have, convenience stores, NTUC FairPrice, which is this little logo of this. Okay, it's very much like the Welcome supermarket in Hong Kong. All right, it's like the Chuan Yan, the PX Mart in Taiwan, as well as the E-Mart Korea. Okay, you can get all your amenities, supplements at very cheap prices. Okay, so NTUC FairPrice, the thing to look out for. If you just want to get like some small items in convenience stores, 7-Eleven is located all around campus. Okay, we have one in Utown, one in the neighboring. So Cheers is something like the smaller convenience stores, something like a CU or GS25 in Korea or a Circle K in Hong Kong, right? Okay, so you can it's just located very, very conveniently on Utown. Okay, and NUS Corp is where you get all your like your computer stuff, corporate items, NUS items, NUS jersey, marks. Okay, you can go there on NUS Corp. It's located at different areas, spaces on campus. And we even have a bank on campus. It's located in Utown. So if you need to set up like a bank account, a Singaporean bank account, you can go to OCBC Frank, located is that convenient. And the NTUC FairPrice on Utown even sells vegetables and fruits. So if you really miss hang out with local friends, you can even go there to buy your vegetables, buy your hot pot, your thai and we even have like packet army stew for those of you who want to relive your local days. You can just go there and get whatever you need and have a meal with your friends and bond over. All right, and we are also located surrounded by a neighboring estate called Clementi. It's a housing estate. Okay, so it's really a stone throw away from campus. If you just want to see how the locals live, take a bus. It's just a bus ride out, shuttle bus ride out. Okay, we have a shuttle bus to the MRT stations. We have a shuttle bus up to Clementi Estate. Just have a ride there and see what it's like. It's pretty safe as well. For those of you who want to go shopping, what's life without living a little bit, right? If we are about 15 minutes car ride from Orchard Road. Orchard Road is something like a famous shopping district like Taipei or Myeongdong or Times Square or Sogo. Okay, you can go to all these places at Orchard Road. Okay, they are range from like cheap shopping options to high-end luxury products. Okay, like Taipei, they have all these like LV, Chanel, and all that. So you can find all of that at Orchard Road, or you can just roam around the streets. It's very, very near to the school. Okay, and very accessible. Now, for those of you who have not been to our campus before, or you have been to a campus before and you just want to, have a walk down memory lane, or you also want to plan your route in case you want to visit the place, you can go to this website called NUS 360 Virtual Tour. It is produced in-house, and really, really proud of this 360 tour that we have came up with. It began during the pandemic when we were trying to allow people to visit the campus while it was closed at the comfort of their own home. So we have more than like 14 locations, over 205 360 photo spots, and it ranges from schools, to colleges, to even accommodations. I'm currently trying to add more accommodation options. Currently, there's already some. So you can have a look at what the dorms look like, have a look at what your school looks like, or the future school of your dreams looks like. Yeah, so if you want to plan your tour, NUS is currently an open campus. So if you want to plan your time around the campus, you can go to this website, have a look, and then just come down and visit us. Okay, so more images. Like I mentioned before, this is not stock photos. These are real photos. Okay, the shuttle bus that I'm mentioning is this one, this orange bus that you will see maneuvering around the campus. Is where it's going to take you from place to place. The frequency is pretty good as well, especially during morning rush hour period when everyone's going for classes. Okay, and then we have libraries. We have an Olympic-sized, very dedicated University Sports Center. For those who are interested in sports, here we have a very, very strong, school group. Where if you are representing your school in sports, you may want to consider joining some sports groups. And we even have a rock climbing wall. It's full-fledged rock climbing wall just right outside the office of admissions. We have, every now and then we'll see students scaling the walls, every evening, sometimes in the afternoon. It's really, really exciting. The campus is so comprehensive. We even have two museums. We have the NUS Museum and the Li Fengtian National History Museum. So that's how comprehensive we are. So you can and it's free for students to go. Okay, so if you want to find out history, natural history, just go there. If you want to find out about NUS history of Singapore history, you can just go to the NUS Museum. Okay, this is one of the sports hall that you're seeing and the co-op that I was mentioning just now where you get all your NUS memorabilia. Yeah, go there. They have one at the Central Library. We have one on the, it's called co-op at different faculty areas as well. And this is the NTUC FairPrice. Okay, we have one at FairPrice Express on Utown where you can get all your food, your vegetables, anything you want. All right, in terms of resources, we are also the first and oldest academic library in Singapore. We have 7 libraries, including a digital one. You get all your resources and academic resources. There's this running joke, not really a joke, it's actually real, where professors and students from other universities actually come to NUS libraries to get the resources that they need. Maybe they go in with a friend or they visit with a friend or staff and then so for law resources or medical resources, they come to our library to get it and then they go back to their own school to share more information. So that's how extensive and comprehensive our resources are. We have recently renovated the Central Library as well as the Medicine and Science Library. So for those who are interested to, just have a look at space, it is inside the virtual tour as well. So have a look. Okay, and whatever resources that you need, it is located. We even have a music library for those who are interested in music tones. And not just libraries, when you think about libraries, it's like a space to be quiet, to do your studies. We have a lot of study spaces there. We have a lot of resources for you to read. But we are also trying to revitalize the library spaces into physical digital spaces to ensure that all our students have an immersive digital learning experience. So for example, the TEL Imaginator, as the name suggests, TEL stands for Technology Enhanced Learning. So this provides a very immersive experience for especially those who are studying like medical field, where it's hard to get like real case studies. You put on the virtual headset, you learn the virtual headset, and then you go about your studies about what is a case scenario really like. Okay, we even have the 360 IMAX, which is a very state-of-the-art, first in Singapore, first in the universities of Singapore, all right, whereby it's a wrap-around sound and visual to engage and improve your presentation to your audience. So those who are studying, like for example, environment, sustainability modules, play a video and then they see like what it's like coral reefs, ocean, what it's like wildlife, what to take you off, kind of thing. So it's a really fully immersive, collaborative space to enhance your visual content when you're presenting, when you're learning about subjects. So it's a really, really cool experience that we're trying to build and to ensure that all our students have this opportunity in these digital spaces. Now, the TEL Imaginarium also provides not just virtual reality headsets, but there's also even services like 3D printing. For those who are interested to study engineering, 3D printing, research on 3D printing, or even those who are studying like industrial designs, you can go and loan the 3D printer and print out your product and print out your experiment with the 3D printer. And these are the extent of resources that we're providing us to ensure a truly very immersive learning experiential space. We even have a recording studio where it can be loaned by students as well as staff to record their lectures, to record projects. Sometimes you need to conduct experiments or research and surveys where you need a recording studio. So that's all available. So back to study spaces in the libraries, these are all snippets of areas like the Mac labs or Com labs in the library. We have all these studying spaces. We also have outdoor and indoor study spaces. We have a lot of indoor air-conditioned study spaces. We are afraid of the heat. And this is Starbucks, which is located at the night view that you saw. Okay, it's one of the biggest Starbucks in the university. Okay, so you can grab a drink or just stay there and study the entire day, right? So this is probably during like recess week, reading week, where you see a lot of students studying. So you'll be surrounded by like-minded peers to motivate and spur you in your study. Let's go back to, taking care of students. What if, you play so much and you study so hard and you fall sick? Okay, this is remember just now at the beginning I was opening with about Singapore healthcare system. We have a clinic on campus. That's how comprehensive and how convenient. It's called the UHC, which is the University Health Center. All right, where you just need to take a shuttle bus. It's located on Cambridge campus. Go in and visit, consult the doctor, and it's free, by the way, because our students cover under mandatory insurance. And after you see the doctor, come outside, wait about 5 minutes, get your medication, and then just go back and rest. You don't even need to go to the pharmacy to get a to get your prescription. It's all at the UHC. That's how much we take care of students. That's how much support we give, and how seamless the healthcare system is at Singapore. Okay, and for security, we have a dedicated group, the campus security on NUS. You will see their patrolling cars around, and the staff just making sure that everything is in tandem, everything is okay. Sometimes you'll see them asking visitors like, where are you from? So just to ensure that everything is good, everything's safe. So we know that it can be a lot. Some of you are traveling outside of your comfort zones for the very first time and coming to a foreign land. We understand it, get that. It takes a while, even for a local, to assimilate into university environment. So some of you may be really excited, but even for those who are really excited to start their individual journey, independent journey, right? There can be some form of fear and there can be some inertia. So we ensure that all of you will be supported well in terms of mental wellness, in terms of health. And any point of time where you feel like you need to locate somebody to talk to, be it a student or faculty manager, definitely we will have all these provisions for you. Okay, so we have pit stops, which is a real center. We have different pit stops around the campus. One in Newtown, we even have faculty-based pit stops. It's a place where it's a very cozy place for you to sit, chill, relax, talk to students, talk to mentors. We have one in science, we have one in engineering, we have one at dentistry or law campus. So definitely all these are available for you. Okay, and if you really want to talk to somebody, you can approach a peer student supporter. It could be like one of yourself, like an international student, or it can be a local student, a senior. They can give you advice on how to cope with studies. Or if you want to talk to a faculty member, okay, we have a faculty student support manager as well. And maybe it's an issue about curriculum, how to cope with studies, you can approach them. Okay, you can just book an appointment and talk to them. One of the pit stop. Now, if you're someone who is really shy and you just don't want to talk to a person face to face, you want to do it online, that's possible as well. You can email the student wellness group or you can call a 24-hour hotline, Lifeline NUS. Okay, anything that you need, we're definitely here to support. Our management, our president is very, very big on mental wellness and ensuring that everyone has a smooth transition. So not only for our locals, we also do that for international students as well. We definitely welcome it. Okay, so as the Chinese saying goes, 民以食为天, food is God, right? Some people eat to live, and for some others like myself, we live to eat, to find good food around the world. I don't know what's life without a little bit of whimsy. What's life without finding good cuisines and enjoying a meal with your friends, bonding over food. Right here at NUS, we can ensure that all these are definitely provided. We have, even in Utah itself, we have 2 huge canteens. In every faculty, there is a canteen. We even have cuisines of all around the world. Okay, these are some of the canteens. Okay, so if one day you feel like, oh, I really miss Korean, my hometown cuisine, you can go to a Korean cuisine. We have this Korean restaurant. We even have one in the canteens. We even have a real tating, in engineering techno age. They really serve quite good Hong Kong cuisines. And you think that, oh, I really need bubble tea to get through my day of lectures. We have Gong Cha and all kinds of bubble tea in different spots around the campus. You can get that. Okay? If you just want to try Western or just want to try like Japanese cuisine or local cuisines, we have that anywhere around the campus. It's really, really easy to find food. And not to forget convenience stores. A lot of them are open until really late. So if you find that, oh my God, I'm having hunger pangs, you can just drop by any of these canteens, any of these convenience stores and get your fix. And I'm coming to the end of the slides, mindful of time to leave a little bit of time for me. So some of you are wondering, I also have a lot of questions for parents as well as students. what is the accommodation like on campus, on NUS campus? So good to know we have 4 types of accommodations, depending on what you like. That's something for everyone. If you're someone who likes to live in a very collegial, very exciting, very vibrant hall life, you should stay on NUS halls. It's one of the oldest residential options, and it is a place where you really live and learn together with your peers. You can see this photo here. You can have like pageants or sports or drama and all that wonderful creative creation and activities. All this on halls, very, very exciting, especially if the hall games, where if those of you who like sports, it's definitely a event to join. If you're someone who wants to challenge yourself to intellectual basis, you can opt for residential college, where you not only stay on campus, but you have to take compulsory modules. Now, there are 4 residential colleges, and each of them have their own focus. So, for example, if you like to focus on sustainability living and sustainability modules, you can go for RVRC, which is the Richview Residential College. They do modules related to environmental issues, sustainability issues. If you're someone who's really interested in collaborating with community engagement, then maybe you should stay on like CAPT, CAP for short, which is the College of Atlas at the time. They do a lot of community engagement modules. They do a lot of engagement outreach. If you're someone who's interested in something called systems thinking, then you should go for RC4. They focus on system thinking curriculum, very interdisciplinary in their approach to complex problems of the world, and you really get to discuss with your peers, your mentors, these world issues, or use system thinking to solve it. And if you're someone who's not too sure what you're really interested in, and you want to try a broad-based, team-led curriculum, then you should go to college. They are, as the name suggests, a very good spectrum of interests where you study from developing creativity, like arts, studies, or helping species in need. Those of you interested in finding a cure, finding help for endangered species, wildlife, or if you just want to engage the world, doing community service for developing countries, discover yourself, then definitely take those ways to go. So all this for residential colleges, you can try, you can apply if you want to take modules, live on campus. It is not uncommon for students in residential colleges to have breakfast or dinner with their professors, with their neighbors, with their classmates, because there's a compulsory meal plan. And they just bounce ideas off each other during all this engagement in collegial, close-knit environment. Now, if you're someone who does not like to take modules when you're living on campus, you just want to go and study, come back, live in your dorm, and then go to sleep, and then wake up and go through your studies again, then you should stay on student residences. Okay, these are single accommodation abode, and all you need to do is just stay on campus and enjoy the campus, the quiet campus life. Now, if you're someone who likes to live on campus, don't want to take modules, but you want a little bit of TLC involved, then you should opt for houses. It's the newest structure in our accommodation, where we have 3 houses, namely Pioneer, Helix, and Lighthouse. The only difference from student residences is that you have a peer mentorship and a very proactive pastoral class system. They ensure that all the students are well fitted in, and there's also collaborative student leadership roles that are available for you if you want to be a very considered environment, collegial environment with a lot of support and pastoral care. Okay, then it will be a very inclusive residential living environment, then houses is the place for you. So in a glimpse, this is what all the different accommodation options offer. All right, for halls and residents, the meal plan is compulsory. It's compulsory to take modules for residential college, not compulsory for halls, and definitely there's no modules required for student residents and houses. All right, and all of them, they provide hostel activities. It's up to you to join, and some of them provide single rooms, some double rooms. The pricing will be a bit different, but that's it. If you do not get a housing option on campus, remember at the beginning I was saying that we are very surrounded by a residential area called Clementi. It's really a stone throw away from school. If you stand in Utah, you look up and you see like high-rise buildings. That is Clementi. That is one of like the Clementi condos, and it's really very close to school. If you are unable to find accommodation on campus, don't worry. You okay, you can always rent a room or housing option with some of the friends. We have some students, they stay on campus for first year. After that, they group with some of their friends and then they just rent a house outside, which is very near campus. That's available. That's an available option as well. And not to worry, for international students, we know that it's very crucial to find accommodation spaces on campus. It's one of the priorities because you don't have a local abode. We will guarantee for the first 2 years assisted accommodation services where we will help you to find accommodation either on campus, or if not, then we can make some recommendations for off-campus housing. So that's the end of my quick presentation. I hope I piqued your interest in terms of what it's like to live and learn and thrive in Singapore, especially in the US. And now I'll open the floor for Q&A segment with just a little bit of time. So I invite Prof. Goh back to moderate the Q&A, if any. And if not, then we have a quick chat about what it's like to live or to learn on the NUS campus.
Thank you. Thank you, Eunice. I'm sure all of you actually see that, the NUS experience is more than just studying, and there's a lot of rich experience that you can expect when you come to NUS. Now, feel free to type in your question in the Q&A. We'll address them, and we'll try to be as efficient as possible. And in the meantime, let me just answer a few questions that some of you have actually put down when you were signing up for this webinar. Now, one of the questions is that AP test. Now, AP test, some of you may have taken it in your year 12, some year 11, So are you able to combine sittings for AP test? The answer is yes. For AP test, like one of the question posted, it's possible to combine seating. So you can actually give us the whole suite of AP tests that you have taken, and we'll see what we can do to whether we can use it to supplement and make an admission decision. I think that is the key point. Show us all the AP tests that you have done and send us the results. And for those of you who are taking the May IB exams, results will come out in July. Now, some of you may say that, I may need to make a decision because I've applied for multiple universities and some university has already made an offer. Now, is there any way that we can try to make a decision earlier? And again, like I said, it all depends on whether there's enough academic merit or other attributes that enables us to make a decision. So to this end, if you are presenting the IB qualifications and if you happen to have a number of AP tests, send it together with us and we can see whether the evidence demonstrated by the AP test, whether is it enough for us to make an offer earlier. So feel free to send us all the evidence that is supporting your application as soon as possible. Now, there were a couple of questions about law and medicine that was actually posted, and I didn't get a chance to explain application to law and medicine. So I thought I will use this opportunity to answer this. Now, for application to medicine, let me go through both of them. And for application to medicine, and basically for medicine application, you still have to apply to our Office of Admission portal. But for medicine, you also need to apply to a second portal that is run by the Yong Lu Ling School of Medicine. Now, the medicine, because it's an extremely competitive course, so we need additional information. Under the Yong Lu Ling School of Medicine portal, you will submit your portfolio comprising your personal statement, your list of achievements related to medicine, official testimonial, and referee reports, 2 referee reports. And based on shortlisting, if you are shortlisted, you will be asked to attend the admissions assessment comprising focus skills assessment, situational judgment test. So that one is administered directly by the Yong Lu Ling School of Medicine. Now, how about for law? Law, again, is another very competitive course. So for the law, again, you have to apply to our online portal, and then the Faculty of Law will actually shortlist students based on the merit of their applications, and then all students will have to go through an admission test if they are shortlisted, plus a formal interview. So the admission test is a written test plus a formal interview. And I think I saw some other questions there. So I guess, so how many, like I said, medicine and law, the number of places are very limited because it's extremely competitive. It's a very small number. And then there are other there is a question coming in, and it says that this is a very good question. When confronted with two applicants who have identical IB scores, including cases where one applicant submitted earlier and then the others, so how do we distinguish them during the selection process? Now, this is a very good question. Now, unlike some university that they are making offers on a rolling basis. That means the moment they receive the application, they will make an offer. It becomes like a first come, first serve basis. We don't practice this. So what we do is that after the application window has closed, we'll look at all the applicants together. Now, within the application window, maybe somebody submitted in November, another person submit in January. Are they considered differently? They are not different. They are the same. So we will treat them as the same because we want to actually base our admission based on merit rather than based on when they admit, when they submit. And is there a UCAT cutoff score for NUS Medicine program? Okay, that's a good question. Now, if you go to NUS Medicine website, now if you're presenting IB, now for IB, you don't need a UCAT score. But then if you have other qualifications, there's UCAT, there are a couple of others that you need to substantiate. You can substantiate with UCAT, BMAT or SAT or ACT with writing and SAT subject tests. Now, will they be a certain shortlisting? The answer is yes, because we want to make sure that whichever the students that we have shortlisted for the medicine, they actually have a reasonable chance. Because every year there are many times oversubscription for the medicine course. So, and because the assessment is intensive, so we will use some of these criteria to decide who to shortlist to go for this assessment test. And any other question? Okay, there's one more question here about mother tongue requirement. And so there's a question my colleague has already answered, and about mother tongue requirement. Now, mother tongue requirement is applicable for Singapore citizen and permanent residents. So whether the student who asked the question, whether if the student is an international student, then this is not applicable. And for IB students, whether there's a need to supplement the IB qualification by TOEFL or else or other standardized English tests. Now, the principle is very simple. If your qualifications is conducted in English, then we do not need you to supplement it by standardized English test score to be considered for admission. If your qualification is not conducted in English, then we will need you to supplement by English test score, standardized English test score. So I think we have answered all these questions, and I think we have also more or less come to the end of the session. And maybe some of you who are listening to all this very carefully, and then perhaps you may be interested to know what kind of advice that we can give to you. Now, my advice to you is this. Going to university is beginning of the journey of the next phase of your life. That is something that is going to make a big difference. The decision you make about what course to study, what degree program to study, where to study is going to impact you for many years of your life ahead. And in terms of the degree programs that you study, I would say look for something that you can pursue your passion and leverage on your aptitude. Because passion and aptitude, like what I've shared right at the beginning, is something that's going to make a lot of difference for you during the degree programs you study, as well as in your job, your future career ahead. You know, the world is changing. The world is complicated. We need to relearn and unlearn and relearn in the years ahead. So how you build your foundation and how you leverage on your passion and aptitude is going to make a lot of difference. Think about that. I think that will take you a long way. Now, as for where to study and what is the best choice, I will let Eunice give some advice as well. And then we'll close the session. Thank you. Eunice, over to you.
All right. Thank you, Prof. Goh. Yeah, definitely right. You know, when you're choosing your next milestone, and university is not a small step, it's one of the most important decisions that you make in your life. So as Prof. Goh mentioned, aptitude and passion is one thing. But I would say, just don't be afraid to try. A lot of people are afraid to try to apply to a certain school because they're afraid that they don't meet standards. But you wouldn't know, right? Every year the cohort competition is different. And once you get into the school, I would advise that, you should talk to seniors. Don't just be no man is an island, right? So try to get into a good support system. We have a very strong international support system in the school. We have all the resources that's available for you to take advantage of. Like go for global programs. A lot of international students also go for SEP, which is the Student Exchange Program, or they go for NUS, the Overseas Colleges Program, and they do really well. And they feel like this is one of the pivotal moments of their university life because they take advantage of all these exploratory programs and they discover themselves. It's what they like to do. You never know until you try. Okay, so likewise for application, likewise for your life in NUS itself, or any other university for that matter, let's go ahead and let's do it. Let's try. You never know. Okay, so with that, we've come to the end of the session. Thank you so much for joining us today. Right, and there will also be an upcoming admission and faculty sharing session in November where you will get to hear from the respective staff and students from the colleges and faculties personally. There will also be an opportunity to clarify any queries and hear about their experiences or their NUS journey. So we will share the registration information with your school counselor sometime soon. Look out for the invitation and register for the session, the respective sessions that you're interested in. We greatly appreciate if you could take a few minutes to fill out this feedback form. We have shared it on screen, or you may scan this QR code or access the link. We will share it in the chat box shortly as well. Your feedback is important to us, so please let us know how we can improve. So thank you once again for joining us this morning. My colleagues and I look forward to receiving your application and warmly welcome you to NUS. Have a great day ahead.